Hello and welcome to the verdict. Well, Blues are through to the next round of the Capital One Cup, but they were made to work very hard for it tonight by League Two Plymouth. After a goalless first half, they finally made the breakthrough after the break, Scott Allen scoring his first goal for the club, but Luis Alessandro levelled matters soon after. Allen got a second 6 minutes before time, and it looked as if it was going to stay that way until Alessandro popped up in stoppage time with another equaliser. However, Blues came back after the interval and they got that winning goal, Kyle Bartley scoring in the second minute of extra time to win it. Well, alongside Keith Laurent in the commentary box was Ian Clarkson, who joins me now. And Ian, a very hard night's work for Lee Clark's side tonight.
Yeah, very much so. But I've got to say, the quality of the goals on show tonight were unbelievable. It certainly wasn't Championship and League Two quality. The first goal from the Plymouth guard was outstanding. Well, I've got to say, both of Allen's finishes were top quality, and then the goal from Bartley was like an Alan Mullery special back in the 70s, if you can remember that far back. It was that good. So, positive for me was, Blues, particularly from half an hour onwards, played well and dominated possession and created lots of chances and scored some fantastic quality goals. They won't be very pleased with the second goal they conceded, because it was a defensive error leading up to it, and I thought for the first half an hour of the game they were a bit lacklustre. They were comfortable. It was almost like it was a training session. It was a bit too easy. It was a keep ball, but they weren't really penetrating. People weren't pushing forward. Obviously, Lee, I suspect, mentioned that at half time, because they came out in the second half. They were winning second balls. People like Adeyemi were running past the defence and the back line and creating space, and from that moment onwards they were the better team, really.
And if I'd have said to you at half time there'd be 5 goals, what would you have said?
I'd have said you're a fibber. But no, as you said, but the quality of the goals, I can't emphasise just how good the finishes were. And I think the first real good piece of play that Birmingham had in the second half, Allen finished it in a composed fashion. I said that the strike from their goal for the first goal was outstanding. If you'd seen that in a World Cup, we'd have been talking about it. Josimar for Brazil in '82. And then again, Allen's second goal, super cheap, but the technique of scoring on the volley like that is a great finish. We looked home and hosed, and I'm sure Kyle Bartley will think he probably could have dealt with his clearance better, but he made up for it with an outstanding finish.
And a word on Scott Allen in particular, made a start tonight, 2 excellent goals, as you say there, and really giving the manager something to think about.
Yeah, he's got fantastic quality, Scott Allen. I think he can be really influential. I think there's more to come from him, though. He scored 2 super goals, as you said, and he gets on the ball a lot and he can link up well. I think when he gets fitter, I think he'll get in the game more, because there's still passages of play in the game where the game tends to bypass him. But when he gets on the ball, he's got great quality. So I'd like to see him impose himself more on the game. But for me tonight, he was probably our top man, along with Chris Burke.
120 minutes tonight. I imagine Lee Clark wouldn't have wanted that leading up to a very tricky game in the Championship against Yeovil.
Yeah, maybe so, but there's probably 4 or 5 players who will start against Yeovil who didn't start tonight. And ultimately, it's Tuesday. They've got 4 days to recover. They'll be absolutely fine.
Well, thanks, Ian. Thanks for joining us tonight in the commentary box. And we're back on Saturday, where Blues take on Yeovil Town in the Championship. We'll see you then.